ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం. శుద్ధస్ఫటిక సంకాశం శుద్ధ విద్యాప్రదాయకం శుద్ధం పూర్ణం చిదానందం సదాశివం హంసయే శంకారూపేణ మచ్చిత్తం పంకీకృతమభూద్యయ కిం కరీయస్య సామాయా శంకరాచార్యమాశ్రయే సదాశివసమారంభాం శంకరాచార్యమధ్యమాం అస్మదాచార్యపర్యంతాం వందే గురుపరంపరాం. భారతీ కరుణాపాత్రం భారతీ పదభూషణం భారతీ పదమారూఢం భారతీ తీర్థమాశ్రయే విద్యావినయ సంపన్నం వీతరాగం వివేకినం వందే వేదాంత తత్వజ్ఞం విదుశేఖర భారతీం మాలాసుధాకుంభ విభోధముద్ర విద్యావిరాజత్కరవారిజాతాం అపార కారుణ్య సుధాంబురాశిం శ్రీ శారదాంబాం ప్రణతోస్మి నిత్యం. Om. The author of this text, Tattvabodha, is explaining Atma and Anatma. He told briefly what is Atma. Atma Satyam, everything else is Anatma. Satyam means independently existent. Mithya is dependently existent. And also, for further questions, he told Atma is different from Anatmas. He has enumerated 11 ingredients of Anatmas, 3 groups. He has clubbed them into 3 groups and then said that Atma is different from all these 11 Anatmas. And we have given a brief definition of what is Atma. That is, inner, immortal and invisible essence of every individual is Atma. This is what we have given briefly. Now, Anatmas are divided into 3 groups of the individual. First group of Anatma, author says Shariratrayam, 3-fold bodies, and Kosha Panchakam is second layer. 5-fold layers, physical personality, strata, personality of individual, and Avastatrayam, 3 states of experience. These are the 3 plus 5 plus 3, 11 ingredients of Anatma of an individual he has explained. And said Atma is different from all the 11 ingredients, and the nature of Atma is Sat Chit Ananda, that is the Swarupam of Atma. So while enumerating Anatma, we saw the first element of the first group, which is 3-fold bodies: Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Shariram. Stula Shariram we saw in the last class. Today we will see the second element of the first group, Sukshma Shariram. Before that, I will chant the prayer sloka. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Bhidhiyate. Now, the student is asking a second question. Sukshma Shariram Kim? O Guru, what do you mean by Sukshma Shariram? For which the teacher gives an elaborate explanation. It reads like that. It reads like this. Now, Apanchikrita Panchamaha Bhutaih Kritam Sat Karma Janyam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Ayatanam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Sadhanam Pancha Jnanendriyani Pancha Karmendriyani Pancha Pranadayaha Manaschaikam Evam Sapta Dasha Kalabhihi Saha Yat Tishtati Tat Sukshma Shariram. This is the answer given by the teacher for Sukshma Shariram. Sukshma Shariram means subtle body. Some people call astral body. The teacher gives an elaborate definition of Sukshma Shariram. Here also we have to see the different aspects of Sukshma Shariram, subtle body. I will use subtle body and Sukshma Shariram interchangeably, intermittently, so that people get used to this Samskrita word also, Sukshma Shariram. What are the aspects of the subtle body? The condition, the cause, the function, the nature, and the constituents of the subtle body. First we will take up the condition of Sukshma Shariram. What is the condition of the subtle body? It is called subtle body because it is not visible, it is not perceptible to others. You can see only my face or physical body in this video transmission. Only some portion of my physical body you can see, and I can see the other people's physical body. I cannot see your subtle body. Similarly, you also cannot see my subtle body. Why? Because it is subtle. Subtle means it is not perceptible to Indriyam, sense organs. Indriya agocharam. See, we are going to study one part of the Sukshma Shariram, which is mind, which is a constituent of subtle body. Mind cannot be seen. I can never see your mind. You can never see my mind. You can see my physical body. I can see your physical body, but you cannot see my mind and I cannot see your mind. This is very clear because mind is Sukshmam. Because it is Sukshmam, we cannot see. It is not perceptible. Interesting thing about this mind is, my mind may not be perceptible to you, but I can know my mind. Similarly, I cannot know your mind. What is happening inside your mind, I cannot know. Whether your mind is calm or disturbed, happy or unhappy, whether it is wandering or focused, whether it is understanding the subject or it feels that the subject is going 2 feet above the head. All these things I do not know what is happening in your mind. Your mind and its conditions only you are able to know. Others will not know. Therefore, you can call it partially knowable. Knowable to the owner, not to others. Whereas the physical body, that is Sthula Shariram, which is the gross body, is knowable to the owner as well as to others also. Therefore, the Sukshma Shariram is called subtle body. The second aspect, what is the cause of Sukshma Shariram? The cause. The author says, Apanchikrita Panchamaha Bhutaih Kritam. The subtle body is also created out of the 5 fundamental elements, Pancha Bhutani, Panchamaha Bhutani, that is space, air, fire, water and earth. And what type of elements are they? Apanchikritam. Apanchikrita, that means subtle, not perceptible. Very important point we have to note. These elements are subtle. Sukshma Shariram is made of from these subtle elements, Panchamaha Bhutai. If gross body is made out of Panchikrita Panchamaha Bhutani, that is gross elements. If gross body is made out of gross elements, subtle body must be made out of subtle elements. Because as the effect is, so the cause will be. Physical body is born out of physical material, physical matter, which is visible. Whereas subtle body is made out of subtle matter, invisible matter. You may call this invisible subtle matter as energy. But energy is also a form of matter which is invisible to the sense organs. Because even scientifically, we know energy is an invisible matter, invisible form of matter only. That is energy. And subtle body is born out of subtle matter. This is the general cause. And it has the specific, particular cause also. Similar to the gross body, the subtle body also has two causes. Just now we saw the general cause for every one of us. The Sukshma Shariram, the subtle body, is made out of 5 subtle elements. The specific cause, particular cause, is Satkarma Janyam, which is different from individual to individual. This is based on Purva Janma Karma Phalan, similar to gross body. Thus, 5 subtle elements plus Purva Janma Karma is the cause of, specific cause of subtle body. So we saw the cause, general cause and specific cause. The third aspect is, what is the function of the subtle body? The author says, Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Sadhanam. In gross body we saw Sukha Dukkha Adi Bhoga Ayatanam. Ayatanam is temporary residence for Jiva to experience the pleasurable and unpleasant experiences in this world. Here the subtle body's function is Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Sadhanam. Sadhanam means instrument or tool with which a person contacts the external world. Like we contact other people through various methods. Nowadays this postal system, I don't know whether it is slowly getting extinct. Postal system is there. Landline telephone lines are there. Then cell phones, that is mobile phones, are there. Email, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and so on, so forth. So many methods we have to contact other people in the external world. You require an instrument to contact the world, without which there is no life. What is life after all? Life is nothing but a series of experiences born out of interaction with the external world. In deep sleep, that is where there is no dream, there is no interaction, and therefore there is no experience for us. In the waking state, we have experiences only because we have interaction with the external world. Interaction means instruments of contact. Without the instruments, this Jiva cannot contact with the world. Sukshma Shariram is a bundle of several such instruments of interaction. The author is going to mention 17 such instruments in this portion. Thus, it is a group of several instruments of interaction and consequent experiences also. Bhoga Sadhanam. Sadhanam we saw, this is instrument or tool. Bhogaha means experiences of the world. And what type of experience? Sukha, dukkha, adi. Certain interactions will give you pleasure. Certain interactions will give you pain. And certain other interactions will give you both pain and pleasure. A mixture. Mishram. Partial pleasure and partial pain. Sukha, dukkha, mishram. In Hindi they say katta meetha. That is sweet and sour together. For New Year, in Telugu Sampradaya, they make a dish called Ugadi Pachadi, which will taste sweet, sour, bitter, etc. all mixed together. So it is Mishram. This is the third aspect of subtle body function we saw. Sukha, Dukkhadi, Bhoga, Sadhanam. The fourth aspect of Sukshma Shariram. What is the nature of Sukshma Shariram? This is not mentioned by the author, but you have to supply. Sukshma Shariram is also subject to change, modification or transformation. Savikaram. Example, mind. Mind is a constituent of Sukshma Shariram, of subtle body. It is changing or not? My God, it is changing so violently. Every moment it keeps changing. Similarly, our sense organs also keep changing. All of them are changing all the time. Therefore, subtle body is subject to change and modification. Therefore, it is also subject to destruction. The only difference is Sukshma Shariram has got a longer life, a relatively longer life compared to the Stula Shariram. According to our Shastram, at the time of an individual's death, only Stula Shariram, that is the physical body, dies. Whereas the subtle body, Sukshma Shariram, continues to survive. When you say a person is dead, only his physical body is dead. Whereas the subtle body survives. Not only it survives, it also travels. Travels where? In search of another physical body. That is, when you lose one of your instruments of contact, that is, for example, a cell phone. When you lose one of your cell phones, what do? You immediately go and replace this cell phone with another one. Buy another mobile. So that is, we have to get a new one. Why should the Sukshma Shariram go in search of another physical body? Because physical body is the temporary residence, abode, ayatanam, we saw, remaining in which all the transactions are possible by the Sukshma Shariram. Therefore, subtle body survives and travels. One may wonder why we are not seeing the subtle body traveling here and there. The answer is simple, because it is subtle. Naturally, we cannot see. You cannot argue saying, I don't see the subtle body, therefore it does not exist. This is a silly argument. Usually it is given by this so-called rationalistic people. Non-perception is not a proof for non-existence. For example, I don't see your mind. So can I come to a conclusion that you don't have mind? We cannot. So this type of argument is silly. Shastra says subtle body continues to survive, travels in search of another physical body. According to law of karma, it takes another body and goes through the normal transactions with the world and then loses the physical body. Once again, the physical body alone is dead. the Sukshma Shariram, subtle body, travels, finds another physical body, continues to survive. So this cycle keeps going on, keeps on and on and on it goes for several janmas. And subtle body dies only at the time of pralayam, which means the cosmic dissolution. Therefore, when compared to the gross body, physical body, subtle body has got a very, 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 very long life. It continues until the destruction of this whole universe. Until pralayam comes, it survives. We have to see the constituents of Sukshma Shariram, which I think we will take up in the next class, because it will be longer. We can take it in the subsequent class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.